Hello everybody, my name is Lily Morrill. With the recent presidential election came a new generation of voters. The legal voting age in the U.S. is 18, but in recent years several U.S. elected officials have made attempts to lower the voting age to 16 or even lower. The question is, would today's high schoolers show up to the polls to vote? The U.S. voting age has been debated for decades. In the 1960s and 70s, public opposition to the Vietnam War sparked the issue. The U.S. military's draft age was 18 years, requiring young adults to fight in a war they had no say in. In response, President Richard Nixon added a provision to lower the voting age from 21 to 18 in the 1970s extension of the Voting Rights Act. Congress passed it in March 1971. Since the 1990s, there have been several attempts to lower the voting age further, with 16 being the widely accepted proposal. However, the idea has received quite a bit of backlash. Some say that 16 and 17-year-olds are not mature enough to vote. Others don't even think teens would turn up to the polls. Would Jeffersonville High School teenagers vote if the voting age was lowered?
I would vote if the voting age was lowered to 16. If it was lower, then that would be my right to be able to vote and to put my input into who I think should be running our government. So I think that it's a right, which makes it a responsibility. I do not think the voting age should be lowered to 16. I think that most people under the age of 18 are not responsible enough to make educated decisions about who they think should be in office. I think most 16-year-olds would not put in the time and do the research to actually vote. But I think that they would just vote for the sake of doing it, and that's not how voting is supposed to be.
While Stella believes this, it might not align with the views of the general student population. Let's hear from another JES student.
I think a lot of people are very biased when they're teenagers, and a lot of social media can affect people's opinions, especially with celebrities endorsing people and all of that. Teenagers are very easily swayed and also believe a lot of misinformation.
I also conducted an anonymous survey of JES students to see if the student body generally agreed. The majority said that the voting age should remain the same at 18 years. However, some people said it should actually be raised to either 20 or 21. People need enough time to get past the influence from peers attempting to sway their opinions to come up with their own look in politics. I think 18 is too young. I don't understand why we can vote but can't drink. That doesn't make sense to me. Perhaps surprising to some, the majority said they would not vote if the voting age was lowered to 16. Politics is not a main focus for me right now, so I wouldn't even have a thought about voting. I already don't like politics, I won't next year either. Finally, I asked how politically informed today's high schoolers are, and if they would actually turn up to vote if the voting age was lowered to 16. The majority said on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being not politically informed and 5 being extremely politically informed, today's high school students are a 2. However, the majority agreed that on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being not likely to vote and 5 being extremely likely to vote, high schoolers are a 4. After receiving opinions from many different students, it was clear that the majority did not want the voting age lowered. However, the last two questions implied that although high schoolers need to be more politically informed, they would still be likely to attend the polls on election day. Should 16 and 17-year-olds be allowed to have political say? Or are they too young to vote for the future of our country? I'm Lily Morrill reporting for WJHI-TV News.